So yes, welcome to the RPG world building stream in which I, of course, go into some old role-playing game storyline that I had designed, and I am editing it. I'm setting it up that this was originally made for Pathfinder. I'm editing out the Pathfinder, improving it, and the main one I'm doing is I'm adapting it to 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. So that's the main thing we're doing here, but again, important note, I am doing some work on the Pathfinder side too. It's in the background, so if you're more interested in Pathfinder, that's still being worked on. So, we're diving right back into our RPG work here. We were working on this Fey Forest. We're going to finish this up today, and then we're going to move on to the Castle of Evain again, because I was working on that. So, where we last left off, we were working on the Hidden Grove. Yep. We got through... Oh, I think we were on the Grove Guardian. Number 8. Yep, that's where we were. We had 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to do. Let's take a look at them. So, here's our Grove Guardian. A small area and amongst the roots makes sort of a rudimentary lair. A single owlbear guards the passages through the grove. It's smarter than the kin with intelligence of 8 instead of 2. I could just make an intelligence of 8. We don't have to say instead of 2. I don't think she's home yet. It is aware of all creatures that pass by the entryway to its lair, or make move towards the dark creatures.
I thought she was going to be home in 15 minutes.
They were going shopping. It might be late. Now I'm streaming now, so you gotta be quiet, okay? Travel through the grove. It allows any Fey creature or creature accompanied by Fey or a creature that makes a that is diplomatic with it to pass. And understands common though can't speak. If the PCs pass by the owlbears peacefully, then reward them XP as if they defeated in combat. I don't know if an owlbear is the same CR in as others of Pathfinder's 4, so CR4. So what is the heck is it? Owlbear in 5th. It's CR. I don't know. Oh, challenge rating 3. Okay. Yeah, you know what? It's not a problem. CR 3. I'll just do that. Just do that. Just do that, and it's edited. There we go. It looks good now. It looks better. So, guards gadgets further intelligence of 8, a creature where the good of a diplomatic to those who pass. So, I do want to, in fact, look at the Pathfinder side here a little bit, so let's pop that one up, because I had a few edits here with the Grove Guardian, but, everything I did, I won't do. So we kind of go to here, and we're going to sort of replace what we had here until where it says or. Oh, creature can make a DC. Let's make it reasonable. 20 diplomacy check. And then the rest of it, we can change it to what it was over here on the D&D side. We don't need a sense motive to detect that it, you know, is smarter. You can just have it do that. And the rest of this remains the same over here in the owlbear section, but effectively we have gone in and... Did I still have deep pool? Wow. Missed a few edits here on the Pathfinder side. That's fine, it happens. Well, let's move back to the D&D side, of course. Because we're just, zooming through here. Let me readjust this, because I am certainly not going to see chat if I don't have it correctly. Let's edit some role-playing adventures. So now we have a Guardian of the Grove. So it's another thing that they're going to encounter. An owlbear. That they can negotiate with, or they could fight it. Both are options. Okay, now, fruit trees. Very large fruit trees dominates a small clearing. 3 dryad occupy this area. They guard the fruit of the tree. Worry about the fruit. They take the root. Dryad's back. Battle is not recommended to PCs. They flee. The dryad's do not pursue. Has 3d12 fruit. It commences part way with 1 peat fruit. The fruit counts as a hero's feast. Person consumes it as if by a 10th level caster. This little thing here for Pathfinder, it sounds decent. Dryads is mean in Pathfinder. And even I am spelling Dryad wrong. It should be Dryad. Oh, wow. No, Dryad's only CR1 in D&D. Huh. Good to know. That changes the entire concept of this, because it was supposed to be a dangerous Fey more. As a CR3 in Pathfinder, and your characters aren't very high level, they don't really want to mess with it. Same with the owlbear. It's something that they might mess with, but they don't really want to mess with it. It's a very tough fight. I might want to remove the fruit tree. You know? I might leave the fruit tree in Pathfinder. In Pathfinder, as something that... See, this is a tough one. This is a tough encounter to decide. Changing it for D&D, it means a lot of different things. The CR difference is a huge thing between D&D and Pathfinder. That the fact is that Dryads in D&D are 1 CR to the 3 that is Pathfinder means that they don't hold the same weight as a threat. That if the PCs want to be aggressive, they could. They could easily defeat them. And the bonuses they get, not the same. I don't have a DMG next to me. Of course I don't. Let's look up Heroes Feats. Heroes... Hey, Heroes Feast is an actual thing. And Heroes Feast does a really good job of doing things to people. It's very helpful. It, maximum hit points, 2d10, and it gains a number of hit points. These benefits last for 24 hours. Cured of all disease and poison, becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage for 24 hours. If I would have the fruit benefit from Heroes Feast in D&D, it would be a huge boon to players that they would have these fruit. Each one a fruit. And that makes me think that maybe I do want to put something together that would be something that would be there. That they could earn these fruits in some kind of way. But I would want it to be more of a peaceful contact rather than a battle-like conflict. Which, unfortunately, I type. I'm unsure off the top of my head how to do this successfully. Tribes just aren't more powerful enough. Satyrs aren't powerful enough. A green hag? Green hags are evil. That's the kind of thing. It's like, they're evil. I don't want an evil thing here. Blink dogs? Blink dogs are even less of a CR. Granted, CR1 doesn't mean they couldn't do stuff. Just they aren't very threatening overall. So I just don't know what to do with getting the fruit tree in D&D. You know, I'm putting 3 CR1s in front of a team of like 4 or 5 players who are level 1. They will crush them very easily, if need be. And I think because of that, because we don't have a great Fey for me to throw out there and use against the PCs to defend the tree, I think what I have to do is I have to get rid of this in 5th edition. This encounter, 3 dryads, that warn the PCs that they will be attacked if they disturb the tree. If they attempt to make peaceful contact, they can each negotiate for a piece of fruit. Isn't a terrible thing. So this is a case where I think a room will stay in Pathfinder, and I'm going to get rid of it in D&D, because I can't translate this room well to Dungeons and Dragons right now. Evening Blackbug. In the original Pathfinder, this room here that I have highlighted works perfectly, but I don't see a good way of translating it. The idea of the Hero's Feast fruit are cool for D&D even, but I don't have that incentive that PCs will want to make peaceful contact with the Guardians of it. I don't have a good Guardian of it. Not something that's equivalent to the CR that Dryads were in Pathfinder. So, I'm going to get rid of the fruit tree in D&D. Sorry, fruit tree. I do like you as an idea, but I don't think you'll work. So let's move on, though, because I'm going to keep that the same in our Pathfinder side. Illusionary Bear. This small clearing has a hollowed-out area at the base of some trees. Strange moss appears to be growing all over the rocks here. The moss here is a magical slime mold. In its defense to the PC's approach, it summons Illusionary Bear. Grizzly Bear Shower with Shumble Conjurations. The DC against effect is 22. Illusionary Bear is kind of dumb. When we were talking about this, the Grove, we basically had a number of areas. And unfortunately, we have Small Stream, Deep Root Cave. We have 3 areas. We can keep easily 5 in the D&D one. I think that's what we're going to have to do. We might have to get rid of Bear here. The Bear, it's dumb. It's a dumb idea. Mold that has illusion of a bear. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, it's creative. I give you that. But it's another one of those things where it's an extra that I'm telling you, that you should encounter at least 3 of these, up to 5. And I do 5 and 6 in Pathfinder, 5 in D&D. It's not a problem. The Giant Spider, that's a good one. We can do that. And the Greed Trap, which is a pit trap, that one we can do. So I think I'm going to get rid of Bear, too. I'm going to get rid of Bear from both of them. Spirit of a Bear. Oh, that's not a bad suggestion, rather than making an illusion. But how would I deal with it? I would have to change the room completely if I was going to keep it around. That would be an extra one in each of them. So, what I think we should rename this, it's not going to be Illusionary Bear anymore. Echo of a Bear. Okay. And we'll change this, creature. A ghostly bear lives here. Treat it as a bear? Probably is a bear. It's a beast, right? Black bear? We might be able to do brown bear. Yeah, we can do brown bear. Brown bear resistant to all non-magical physical attack, all non-magical piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning attacks. If the PCs are friendly to it, we're gonna get rid of the XP reward. Are friendly, award them experience as if they defeated a CR2 enemy. Yeah. If the PCs make friendly contact with the bear, otherwise it ooh. Well, the thing is, the entire idea of this is that your PCs are being tested, and by the time they reach the end of it, the guardian of this place will judge them on their actions. Each choice that was friendly will put it more in their favor. Each choice that was very aggressive, not. Granted, some of these things, like greed, aggression, are disliked by the guardian of this place, who's very powerful. So, otherwise, it disappears when it reaches half of its total hit points. Is it? I don't know that. This will just be a test. The Curl Down Halberd. Nah, we don't need anything like that. This will just be a test. I mean, I guess a reward of some type would be nice for being friendly to the bear, but they don't get anything for defeating the bear. It just disappears. Maybe just an encounter with it. A strange glow comes out of this area. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of this on the Pathfinder side, because what we can do then is leave that fruit tree in there, get rid of this bear because it's kind of dumb on that side, come up with a much cooler bear here, and the fruit tree seems like a cool encounter that works in Pathfinder, so each of them has their own unique cool encounter, and we can do 6 each. And again, the recommendation is the PCs at least encounter 3 of them. Yeah, I kind of like that idea, that we do it that way. That there's some uniqueness between the 2 versions of the system, of the adventure now. Yeah. The hunting thing isn't a bad idea, though, but I think because I do want to, you know, have a punishment at the end of it, possibly, for their actions, I'm not gonna force the point too much. Spider's Nest. Let's talk about that one. Webs surround this area, covering the trees and branches of the area, continue inwards into a large man-sized funnel. Tiny spiders cover and crawl all over the webs. Large bundles of webs hang from high branches here. Light heartsy comes into this area, making it darker than anywhere else. Massive spiders in there. Okay. Is set of... It'll just be normal studded armor. A composite. Is there a composite short bow? God. That's just a short bow. So let's make it a short bow in D&D. A short bow. 2 healing potions, and 23 gold pieces. So there's a little bit of treasure if they end up fighting this spider. But let me see if there's a different spider. I called it the crawler in the web. Ooh. In Pathfinder, it sounded so, like, vicious. And the fact is, this is a pretty simple one. It's kind of neat. The stuff I gave them was some good stuff. But let's look up a spider. Let's look up a good spider. Spider CR0. Well, we want, like, a vermin. What would that still be? A beast? Giant spider is CR1. Giant wolf spider, CR1 4th. Less than that. That's kind of weird. So maybe just a giant spider with it's normal CR1. We wanted CR2. Yeah, I was trying to think of it like it's a giant funnel web, so that's why there's supposed to be a giant wolf spider originally, was the crawler in the web. Spider web, yeah. So why don't we change it that it's a giant spider with... Oh, I want it to be CR2. A giant spider is normally CR1. I could give it multi-attack and 2 bites. That'd be pretty vicious. Maybe increase its CR by 1. With multi-attack and 2 bites at +5. It's a quick spider. It's unnaturally quicker than its brethren, the crawler in the web. Bites really quickly. The truth is, balancing CR in 5th edition is not something I'm an expert at this point in time yet, so I'm still working on it. So I'm unsure if that's going to be exactly a perfectly CR2, because it's CR1 without that. And all I did was I added now it attacks twice. Would attacking twice be equivalent to having, like, 2 of them? Maybe, but it is 1 creature. Normally, if we add 2 CR1s, it's more like a CR3 encounter. But since I only have 1 CR1 that attacks twice, CR2? Maybe. I kind of feel like we're throwing at selves, because it is only 1 creature still, 1 AC, 1 set of hit points. Spider's pretty cool. It's fine. They can fight it. It's just something they can encounter. Crawler in the web, I just gave it a name. They'll never know its name. But it's the crawler in the web. I guess someone would refer to it as if they talked to someone about, hey, what about that giant spider we fought over there? Oh, the crawler in the web. It was dangerous. Alright. Now, here's a trouble I have. Traps. Traps in D&D. Oh, I know they've improved it as if Xanathar's Guide, but I don't have a physical copy of that right now. So I have to... This is going to be a difficult one to do. This was a fine one to have before. I had Perception DC 20, Disable Device DC 20. It's a CR2 trap. I went by the entire Pathfinder trap building rules to put this together. This hidden pit trap. It's exactly a CR2 Pathfinder trap, using the damage and the DC rules, all that stuff put together. There's a permanent silent image of a tree stump over top of it. Yep. Oh, jeez. The center of a small clearing appears to be a hollowed-out tree stump filled with golden gems. It's only illusion. It's a trap. You go for it, and you fall into the trap. Simple as that. It'll be the same. I could just... Well, this is a forest, so I mean, you know, we're not sliding down a one way. They will probably climb out, question mark. But I'm guessing what I should do for this trap is make it a little less exact. But yeah, oh no. The slides are a favorite thing to do sometimes, just to piss people off. I do agree. So, illusion... hidden hit trap. And an illusion... God. Tree stump filled with gold covers over a hidden pit trap. So it'd be silent image, effectively, is what I'm doing. So let's look up silent image 5th edition quickly and efficiently. It's an intelligence investigation check. So we'll just do it like treat this as a silent image spell with a DC of 12. Pretty simple DC. Something that like maybe a first level caster would have. If the illusion is seen through passive perception of 16 will reveal the pit. Those that fall prey to it fall 30 feet into the rocky pit. Pretty simple. Granted, I probably am cutting out a whole lot of details. I'm cutting... Yeah, praying mantis. Oh man, I put giant praying mantises in this game as part of what I was doing when I was focusing more on random encounters, which I have taken a step away from. But there apparently are like horse-sized praying mantises that live in this valley, and they're exploring the nice forest full of Fey. So this is a pretty horrible place that I designed. I think, the trap as it is fine in Pathfinder. We keep it the same. We keep the spider the same. But I think just keeping this bit of information here, because I'm still not, trap making in 5th edition, since I haven't had a chance to read through Xanathar's Guide's version of it, are not always great. I get the feeling that keeping it that silent image on top of it, pit you can notice, if you fall prey to it, 30-foot fall, which tells me 3d6 right then and there. Bam, it's very simple. It's very annoying. It'll suck for people that approach it. I'll just say the pit takes up a 10 by 10 foot area. So it can capture multiple PCs should they approach as a group. Hey, there we go. You can catch a couple of PCs. It does 3d6. It's mean. It's there. Is that deadly? It might be to low-level PCs. Absolutely deadly? Maybe not, but it will suck. Let's take a look at the last two areas, because I probably won't change these. These were the special areas. Natural Shrine, a place that can only be accessed as PCs have met with Life Father. Until then, trees block the way. Until then, they cannot find it. After they are given permission to travel there. Travel here. As you approach, the trees part ways through. dog is barking. Of course the dog is barking. There's only a few times the dog barks, and now is one of them. Of course it is. I'm streaming. That's exactly when the dog should be barking. As you approach the tree, seems to part ways to allow you your passage. A massive tree only maybe 100 feet tall appears before you. What is amazing about this tree is it seems to be as wide as it is tall. The base of a tree appears hollow. As you enter the hollow area, you are amazed what appears to be a cathedral made of a living tree, with intricate webs of sap for stained glass, roots for pillars, pews, and altar, and a strange glowing fungus in place of candelabras. Think of that. That's just such a cool look to it. It's a living cathedral. Church of the fire in the sky. The servants no longer know their god's true name, but revere it. Looked after by swan maidens. By four powerful Fey. CR. What was the CR of the Swan Maiden? I'm not sure. Wow. I'm forgetful. But I can quickly look that up on Pathfinder's Roll 20. Swan Maiden. What CR were you? What CR did I put in here? I put pretty powerful CR. CR 6. Okay. So these will be CR 6 if the PCs decide to fight them, and a high priestess named who has spells as a 6th level cleric. Yep. I wanted a comma there, not a period. Alright. Pretty simple. We've changed things around. We don't have Swan Maidens in D&D, which we have in Pathfinder, so just said that they are 4 powerful CR6 who is the same type of Fey, but has spells as a 6th level cleric. So we've made it that there's this powerful force guarding it. If the piece of construction France, they can tell a little about the fire in the skies. Ancient deity, the rival of the Kaladas deity. She can tell them that the true name of the savage ones are the Kaladas. The fire in the sky power still permeates this land, but most of the faithful servants have been able to speak with it. She also informs the PCs that there was another group that worshipped the fire in the sky, and if they were, and if found, they would most likely be friendly. Where they lived, and if they still live, is a mystery she cannot answer. So the entire point of the encounter here is to set up for later adventures, because this is supposed to be a series of adventures that I was setting up. I was originally setting this all up as the Pathfinder adventure paths are. So there would be 6 adventures set in the same world but different places. I might break it down similarly when I come in similar manner when it comes to D&D, but put the D&D twists on it. Basically rewrite it in a way that makes it more friendly to what we're doing here in Dungeons & Dragons. Like, exploring this place, how I've redesigned it, fits better with D&D, for sure. But it still is a massive adventure, and it's not quite the same structure as you'd say would be like Curse of Strahd. That's the main one I ran out of the big adventures, so I don't know how linear some of the others are. So, and then we have the last area we're going to talk about. The Grove of Life Father. The thing is, I just changed the creatures that they fight. All the other information stays the same, so staying it as if they want to fight with Swan Maidens, it's Swan Maidens, the other one. Still same CR, still same sign of abilities, because that one's an Oracle. So it's actually more powerful technically in the Dungeons & Dragons side, because it has more hit dice, because instead I just have the spells as one now. As you emerge from the passage, you find yourself in a large grove. In the center of the grove is a massive tree. Bubbling from small springs that seem to originate from the tree are a series of streams that wind off in the forest. Small stone bridges pass over the streams, making a rudimentary path that leads up to the massive tree. The light from the sky cascades down in a beautiful show. Hundreds of small animals crawl and fly about the grove, and many small flying sprites and Fey dance in amongst them. As you approach the tree, you now see the tree is flanked by two beautiful blonde women with rainbow wings. When you see the tree has the face, then you see the tree has a face. The eyes open and the tree speaks to you. Travelers, welcome to my grove. I am the Life Father. I have been watching you. Speak now. Why are you here? Okay. Ooh. Let's change the way this works. Like here, I have a DC 20 base diplomacy check you can make with it. If you resolved encounters peacefully, reduce that DC by 3. Or increase the DC by 3 if you did violence at some of these encounters. Peaceful, reduced by 2. Increased by 1 for every trap they fell into. Why don't we switch things around? That violent ones increase it by 2. Peaceful ones decrease it by 3, because we have shut down a lot of the encounters. Before, as you see, we would have been at G14, meaning how many places could we possibly have encountered? A lot more. So changing this around a little bit, and keep the traps and hazards to an increase of 1. And if they fail, they so I'm just gonna take this and do this and just copy that. That's gonna be the new Pathfinder version of it. Just a little change there. Now, we still have to figure out how PCs must make a diplomatic contact with the Life Father. He knows of their actions in the grove, and if they were peaceful the entire time, say for the spider, he will speak to them. If they were violent or greedy and fell into traps, they may need to make a persuasion check to convince him of their good intentions. It is possible to fail and be banished from the forest for this until another adventure. If they show their good intentions, he speaks again. I've sensed your soul and heard your words. There's indeed goodness in you. You're welcome, my grove. I am the regener of this grove, its creator and protector. It is my presence that keeps the taint of the land away. You're free to visit my lands and see my people. If you have any wonders, I may be able to ask. That's not English. If you have any wonders, I may be able to ask. Wow. That's bad English. Well, you can just say questions. questions, I may be able to answer. I'm perhaps the oldest creature you may ever see. Alright, let's see about these questions. Alright, are there allies that can help our people? Are your people allies that can help our people? No, I'm sorry, I cannot leave here, and neither can my people. We protect ourselves. At most I can tell you, we are not your enemies, nor are we your allies. Though. Can our people visit the grove? No, I trust you, but I do not trust your people. Some may be honorable, but it is not a given. So you are allowed here, but your people are not. Please warn them not to come here. What can you tell us of Valley? This is a strange land that seems to have a life of its own. Countless beings have been drawn into this world, and many times and places. I know not if there's intelligence at work, or if this place is merely fluke of the multiverse. Why we came here, and how are mysteries. The cliff seems unclimbable. The sky is impossible to fly in. No creature tries to climb the walls, and even birds know not to fly very high. There also seems to be countless caves throughout the valley. I do not enter any of them, so I do not know. So what they hold I cannot say. What I can say is that you must be wary. Be wary, little ones. This place here is safe. There are creatures and dangers in this valley that could even threaten me. The Calders to the west, the giants to the south, reptiles to the north. These are 3 places I will tell you not to go, little ones. The grove where no light falls, the hill of rocks and fire, and the place where bones become trees. Do not enter these places, for the darkness in this land has made its home there. There's nothing more I can say to you that would help you know this place, for I have not left in countless years, and neither have my people. How'd you get here? I once lived in another world, in another forest. Then a great fire came and burned our lands down. When this happened, the ground opened up and drug my people in. When we woke, we found ourselves here. Okay, with the knowledge, this part here, this is very D&D. So, why don't we did a little bit of editing here. So we're going to quickly pop over to the D&D side for question and answer. The Pathfinder side. How did you get here is fine, and that's a knowledge, nature, or history check that are very difficult and are the proper DC. PC with a little knowledge of ancient legends of your original world will know that there is a story of the last of the treants dying off when their forest was burned in a great fire. What happened when you got here? The strange taint of this land had one of two effects on my people. Some it drove to madness and violence. Others seem immune. I am the latter. It is unfortunate that those that were mad attacked those that were not. I was the only survivor, so I'm truly the last of my kind. Who are the savage? They are the oldest and most savage of all creatures here. I do not know where or when they came from, but they have been here longer than all the other races. How did you create this place? I wondered. Wandered once my people died. When I found myself here, I felt a power. It was only a trace of purity, but I rooted myself upon it and nourished it. The results are this grove. I fear, though, if I was to move, the dark powers of this land would swallow it up. So I remain. how do you create... What else is in the script? So you've met my people in this place and many of the other creatures. If you seek enlightenment, seek a shrine to the north. They will greet you and give you my blessings. What are you protecting your people from? This land is tainted. The sky, the water, the air, all tainted. It is perhaps that I am a plant that some of my kind are immune to this dark power. But it is everywhere. Creatures here drink it up and become violent. Some resist, but the creatures that succumb to it come for them and seek to destroy them. There should be a comma here. If your people are here, this taint will come for them, either in the form of violence or those that bring it. Be careful. Do you know where to find allies? I do not know where any are. There have been many travelers to my grove over the millennia, some friendly, some violent. From whence they came, I cannot say. There are many caves that I could never fit in through in this place, and some strange places that defy logic. Deep inside, I do feel you will find what you seek. Explore, travelers. Your quest will not be in vain. How long have you been here? Countless years. The same power that taints this land seems to keep me alive. Perhaps a side effect that my people who did not become violent would have had. I cannot say if it's something unique to me or not. I've lived tens of lives, more than a normal of my kind. Right. So we're going to do that. We edited all these. A little fixes in English. My niece is being very loud and bolsterous. See, here. Okay. Lightfather's a giant advanced treant druid 7. It'd be unwise to fight him. He's immobilized permanently, but make up for that he's guarded by 2 larvae. If needed, more Fey would come to his aid. Aurora! Please, don't yell so much. Thank you. If needed, more Fey would come to his aid. More likely, peace would never strong enough to fight the forces that mount against them should they attack. And you give them 400 XP if they make peaceful contact. Lightfather is a unique and powerful. Do we have treant stats? And I think we do in 5th edition. Treant. What CR are you, Treant? You're normally CR 9. We're talking about a CR 16 Treant. That is CR 16. He has druid spells as if he was a 17th level druid. And is colossal in size. It would be unwise to fight him. Larvae are something from Pathfinder, which they were pretty high CR phase in Pathfinder. CR 11. By 2 powerful CR 11 Fey. If needed, more nearby Fey would come to his aid. I'm not even statting these things out because I'm just saying, like, these are the CRs, so we have an idea of how powerful these are. These are not being statted out because they should not be fought with. He had druid spells as if he was a 17th level druid. I changed that a little bit from the... He's a 7th level druid in the treant form. In the normal form. I gave him 16th level druid spells here. Because sure. Or 17th level. He gets 9th level druid spells. I think that's what you get it at. So, I'll keep the XP award the same. But that took a little longer than I was planning, because I was originally planning to get a little bit of Evain in. We did start a little late. So why don't I shut that down for a second and save these, save the D&D. Oh, I want to actually go back in here because we do want to edit the rooms. We should finish up what we did. So we have 1, 2, 3, the deep pool. 4, the Grove Guardian. So we'll change that to 4. 5 would be the Spider's Nest. 6, the Trap of Greed. Get rid of the fruit tree here. 5. 6. Oh, wait. No, this was 5. Whoops. Echoes of a Bear is 5. Look at me, putting the wrong numbers in. Echoes of a Bear. And then 8 and 9 down at the bottom. So we did get rid of 5 rooms. But we still kept some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 places in this entire place. So, you know, we could keep a good number of them. We have an entryway. Pretty simple. Oops. Then we have our various things there. Okay, so we do want to go over to the Pathfinder side and get some work done that too, because we're not quite done that one. Oh, because we want to make sure we get these corrected. Grove Guardian's 4. Fruit Tree over here is 5. Spider's Nest is 6. Trap is 7. 8. And 9. So we only changed around 1 real room here. So that becomes 5. And then 6 onwards from the D&D side is the same. So we'll just go paste. There we go. So fruit trees on one side. Oops. Notice I made a mistake here on the D&D side. This is the Echoes of a Bear. And Spider's Nest I changed into a bear. Because I'm silly. There we go. That's correct. There we go. Okay, so entryway, small stream, deep pool, Grove of the Guardian, Echoes of the Bear, Spider's Nest, Trap of Greed, and then the Shrine and Life Father. Bam, where D&D side is done. Pathfinder side, exact same thing, except we have the fruit tree is still around here with the dryads. Bam, switch things around again. Shoot, this should be the spiders. Is it still the spiders? It's still Spider's Nest. Okay, excellent. That was a mistake. See, you make little mistakes like that and you don't even notice it right away. So we're gonna stop with this here. And what time is it? Oh, we're at 6 o'clock. We're about an hour in, but I need a little time because I'm going to be role-playing then on stream in about an hour. So thank you everyone for joining me. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to stop it here. So thank you.